And we are back one more time for, but is it a crisis? I don't know if we should be like, and we're back, guys, one more time for is it a crisis? And then, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that came out. Silliness. But it's episode 17. Holy moly. We're almost legal. We're 1 year away.
Touche. I like the way you just said that. I can't believe how many episodes we're on now. It doesn't seem like that long, but I guess it's been a little while.
I know. It's been fun.
It has been.
I know. So I thought for this episode, we would talk about something that I've been seeing on the internet that I feel like is a spicy conversation. And it is about whether or not you should go 50-50. Because there's a lot of conversations happening around gender roles and all that stuff right now. And so there's conversations around like, should you go 50-50 on a date? There's some of it like 50-50 in life. And so I want to ask some of those questions. And we are dressed up as mob wives. It was supposed to be for a different event, but it was funny because in the chat, we were saying, I don't remember which one of you said it, but it was like a mob wife would never go 50-50. Fuck out of here. So to start, so on a first date, this is a person that you just met. They're asking you out. You've agreed to the date. Would you go 50-50? You like this person. Would you go 50-50?
No.
Immediately.
Not if they asked, if they initiated the date, I don't think that it should be 50-50, especially if this person wants to not prove themselves, but in a partner, I want a provider.
Mm-hmm.
And the type of man that I want to spend my life with would not allow me to go 50-50 on a first date.
Okay.
On a first date.
Okay.
I'm so
On a first date, but perhaps subsequent dates.
I think so. I think that sometimes you treat your partner. Like every once in a while, everyone that I've dated long term, at some point, like I'll be like, this one's on me. Especially if it was something that we're celebrating like for him. Obviously his birthday, but any other thing. Like sometimes you just want to be like, this one's on me, just as a form of like caring and nurturing for them, because I feel like men have money very high up on their priority list. So I think that it's a form of like showing them you care.
Okay.
In that sense. But the first date, no.
The first date, no.
I feel like you got to show up, right? Especially, I'm very upfront, right? So if we're already meeting and we're going to, you have to pay. Or I'm just probably not going to think of you as, special. I don't know. I wouldn't want a guy that's making me pay. However, I will buy drinks before or after or contribute because, right? Like you're not responsible for everything. However, a majority of it, yes.
Okay. And by the way, I'm Amanda. You're
Amanda.
I'm Natalie.
And Natalie. Okay. I would say I agree with you. I especially think that the level of impressing that I want on the first date needs to be something beyond like a coffee date. So you need to show me that you can pay for the dinner. I think that is part of what we're saying, right? That I want to know that you have the capability of doing these things. But I remember when I was...
Is it capability or is it more like just a macho thing to do, right? Like, isn't it like a man thing to do?
Well, that's part of the conversation of saying, is paying sexy? And there's a lot of people saying paying is sexy.
Yeah.
And so is it a capability partner thing? Is it a sexy thing? Is it your subconscious finding it sexy because it marks them as a better partner? All of those things. But do you find that sexy or is it just a qualifier?
No, I
find
sexy.
it attractive.
Yeah, it's hot. Very, very hot.
Attractive.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's because, oh my God, he has the money. I think it's more like he wants to provide. He wants to take care.
Right.
Got this.
It reminds me of a scene in Sex and the City where Samantha had met this really old guy who was extremely rich at a bar. And he was like, can I buy you an island? And she's like, I don't know. Can you?
Can you?
Yeah.
I do remember that one.
Right.
Yes. It's definitely sexy. It's definitely a must. However, and I was looking at it too in a different perspective, right? Like I have a son, right? So every time, he goes out, is he responsible for taking care of it? But then I was like,
So that
Actually, right now, I'm responsible for taking care of me.
Right.
He's already like drinks on me.
right. You're like,
My credit card.
how many teenage dates do I have to pay for?
Right. How many jelly cats am I buying? From now until the end, for real.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, so that was actually another one of my questions in the sense of, do we feel like those things change over time? Because it is different when you're 20 years old, 15 years old, a young person, and
When you're married.
everybody's poor, right? Like
Oh,
you're just like,
Yeah.
how do you impress a girl when you're 19 years old and your check is like $237 after taxes? Poor guy.
Are you? Yeah. No, that's balling though. When you have very minimal bills, right? Well, I mean, I'm speaking.
I mean, not nowadays. Like
Yeah.
a dinner for two is $100.
Right.
Literally fast food.
Literally at a
$100.
burger place,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
which is crazy.
So that's what I mean. But so that actually will show that the guy's, to me, interested in me if he's willing to spend his money on me, right?
if he's willing to go broke
Yeah.
to feed you.
I hope not, but yes, right.
Okay.
Food is a big deal.
No, I did have one date with one person. He was not from here and he wasn't, and I also think it's a cultural thing.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't in the culture.
Mm-hmm.
And he did ask me to split it at the end. He's like, oh, yours is this. And I was like, I just grabbed it and I'm like, I got it.
Right.
Because I knew I was never going to see him again.
Right. That was over. Like,
So
don't
I
even
paid
worry
for
about
the
it.
whole thing.
Okay. Okay. So I had a couple of situations. One when I was trying out online dating many moons ago, and I did Hinge. The amount of people that would ask you out for coffee was something brand new to me. I had not come from a let's go get coffee as a dating background. Even when I was young, that was not. You were taking me out, and there were possibly several stops. Like you might go to a movie and then you might get something to eat or whatever, but it became so like very casual.
Well, because I feel like there's so many people, especially in our areas, we are flooded with like singles, right? So I think if you could connect with someone and you're starting to like them, meet them in person ASAP, right? Like I think you should get to know them before it becomes like a friend zone after a little while. So I agree with the coffee dates. Let's just meet, see if it's like a mutual attraction, have fun. And then if not, next, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a time commitment too. It's like you don't want to commit to sitting down to dinner with this person that you haven't met in person. That you don't know
Right.
if you're going
What
to
if you don't-
connect with. I will say I agree with Amanda. I kind of am on board depending on the situation with a coffee date, because I did have an online date that I met at Starbucks, and thankfully it was a coffee date.
Right?
Yeah.
You see? That's what I'm thinking. There's a lot of
But I think that's part of
people.
the fun, though.
It's not
Like,
fun.
absolutely
No
not.
way.
Okay,
When you're
man
scared
lied
or
straight up. He told me he
was-
was 5'7",
they always say they're
5'7",
5'9".
5'8",
Yeah.
and he
It's always a
5'1".
walked up
Why?
to me and we were eye to eye. So at that point, I know you're lying, and I know you know that I know you're lying,
Right.
because we're eye to eye, and I know I'm not 5'7",
Right.
5'8".
Right.
So that was a lot. I'm
That's
5 feet tall. You lied about 7 inches. Okay,
Wow.
that's a lot.
That's a
whole
big
lot.
lie.
So,
That's a big lie.
yeah, that's a big lie.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing I did. So again, let's do this as fast as let's go meet. Let me
That's
make sure that
true.
you are who you are.
I
I'm
get
who
it.
I am. And let's not keep going back and forth, because again, I did that online. It was insane. The amount of people.
Then I
and
would
you
feel
lose
bad.
track with people.
I guess
If it was like a dinner date, I'd feel bad, because now I'm sitting at this dinner. This man is paying for my dinner, and I know that I'm not going to see him again because he lied to me.
well, I guess here's
She's trauma
here we're-
dumping.
here were like the two parts of it that I guess is partially probably why I prefer to meet you in person than online. Is that usually by the time you
Oh,
got to the
yeah.
coffee date, you've been chatting for a while. Like they don't just straight out say, "Oh, let's go on a date on these platforms anymore."
No,
They're like,
they do.
"Oh, hey, good
Some
morning."
of them
All right, well, this was many months
Yeah.
ago, but like, you made me talk to you for way too long
Mhm.
for you to ask me for a coffee.
Yeah.
Like at
Oh.
this point, sir, ma'am, you've taken up a lot of my
That's
time. Like,
I need a steak.
so right. So I think that's why in person is the best, because
With the good butter.
exactly.
Red wine. Going out.
Because you get like the full package. You see what you're working with, but you're not spending like a massive amount of time of like back and forth, chatty. Like, let's sit down, because you're not having real conversations on those online chats either.
Sometimes, I mean,
I don't know.
sometimes it goes, but I feel if I'm not meeting you right away, then
So many of
someone
them
else,
are like, good morning.
yeah, then the
morning.
next
If
one
they don't
is
want to meet you right away, they're probably in prison.
that another trauma. Here we go.
True story. True story, guys.
That's so funny. It's only you. I love it.
Okay.
He's like, but he was so cute. You can go outside and like, wait, hey, he'll be so happy.
I'm
So-
not dating someone in prison, Amanda.
You know where he is.
You know where he is.
You're
Oh
gonna
my
get some
God.
beautiful letters, some nice phone calls.
There was this thing that I saw online that was like, why aren't men romantic anymore? And it's because they don't read. Nobody reads anymore.
Mm-hmm.
There were several lines like, why aren't people this anymore? Or that, why aren't, and it's all because people don't read. Because people don't read.
Mm-hmm.
And so that way they'll have plenty of time to read, and they'll send you much more romantic letters.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he was fantastic. He was so
Yeah.
romantic. He was so invested in my life and so interested in what I was doing because he was in prison. I was his only form of entertainment.
Appreciative. No.
Oh, okay. So we've moved past the first date. He paid for the first date. He was very sexy at it. And now we're moving into life. How do we feel about going 50-50 in life?
I can't go 50-50. My husband's salary and mine are a little bit different. However, I do feel like there's a lot, even.
She's like,
Listen, this is a bad topic because he does pay mostly everything. I do have bills, but I do feel like I pay a lot or I spend a lot. Not sure, but it's his fault because we have so many kids and like the dogs and like the big house. We have a lot. So, I was just thinking the other day, I pay for their braces for 3 kids, and it's almost $500 a month, and I pay for that. Like, I don't know. So
so fundamentally,
ask you guys, how do you feel?
How do you feel about it, Natalie?
I think it depends on the salaries.
Right.
The differences in salaries. I think that there needs to be a fairness to it.
But at this age, would
So,
you choose
okay.
somebody who had a very disproportionate salary to you?
Larger?
Yeah,
Smaller?
if they made more.
Less. Yes.
Okay, right.
Yes.
And they're younger, and then they can, they have time to grow up, and you can help them a little bit,
So
They're
I
not
think
older.
it's hard to love.
You're unlovable, sir.
No, I think it's hard to have a successfully loving relationship when you're struggling.
It can be harder.
It
Money
can
is
be
problem.
harder.
Yes.
Ideally, no, I would not want to struggle in poverty because I come from struggling in poverty. So if I'm sharing my life with someone, I think one of the benefits of that is that you are able to have a better lifestyle.
Yes.
However, I do think that everybody falls on hard times. And I think if you have a partner, then you show up for them in whatever way you can. But if I had the choice, no, I wouldn't want him to make less money.
Okay.
And ideally, I wouldn't want to spend my money on the necessities.
I'll spend all
Okay,
the
so
money.
let's paint the picture. He makes as much as you or somewhat more, and you both make decent money. You're not struggling. You both make vacation money. You both make, buying stupid things on the internet money. Do you
That's
think
stupid?
just whatever? Do you think that you're fine with 50-50?
No, I think I'd be fine with more like 70-30
Why?
because he's the man.
Yeah, touche.
And again, I
It's like, why?
I guess it comes from my upbringing. Like I grew up with the men providing for the women in the family. The women didn't work. So I think 70-30 is a compromise.
Okay.
I'm giving something,
Okay.
but it's still, I don't know if it's psychological or something, but I feel like it's more attractive when a man provides for his partner.
All right.
Well, let's talk about this. Michael would contribute a lot more. He makes a lot more, but he's able to work more because he doesn't have the responsibilities that I have. So I'm the one who's waking up every morning, making sandwiches, getting the kids. I think it's a good compromise. So I do like that he pays way more than me because I'm actually invested. I'm the one who's we have help. However, I'm still every day doing dishes. He doesn't do dishes.
Yes.
He gets to go in his office and work, or you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
okay,
I
yeah,
agree with that. I
Yes.
think that a woman is always going to be more emotionally invested in the relationship and in the family than a man. Not to say that they're a bad, husband or a bad father or anything like that. But I do think that naturally women take on more responsibilities in the household as far as like children and cleaning and cooking and laundry and all
fact.
of these things. So that is labor.
Yes.
Right.
Then labor is money.
And so that's where my stance on this comes from. Like, I was in relationship in a family dynamic from a very young age, and so I went through periods of time where I was doing better, he was doing better. Like, we were just broke, right? We were figuring it out. So that like
That's different.
those things, but from then up into being in a relationship where either I'm making a bunch more money or together we're making a bunch more money, whatever the dynamic was, I did way more household labor than my partner. And labor is labor.
It's money. It's time.
It's
money.
time and energy. And so I think that I would be fine with a 50-50 if it was a true 50-50.
It'll never be true
If we're
50-50.
both doing all of the labor and whatever, then I'm okay with that. But I think that because women end up doing so much more labor, if you are in a real 50-50 situation, you end up feeling resentful.
Because you are doing more. And yeah, it'll never be truly 50-50.
I don't think it would be.
And
Because it's just, like I said, it's naturally more, and I'm not trying to say everybody, but
Right.
naturally a woman in the relationship is more like wants the house to be clean and wants the food to be good and
Yeah,
wants,
it's that whole cliche of like, if you leave them alone for a week, you come back and there's like the kitchen full of dishes and the kids are running around with no pants on and all that stuff.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because I'm not even with my son's father and he shows up at my house and my kid is mismatching with 2 different shoes and I'm like, you didn't notice that he was with 2 different Crocs on?
Right.
Oh no, he's fine. I'm like, what do you mean he's fine? He looks like
They just don't
going through it.
No, they don't care. Like they're especially with like Michael, like his mental capacity for caring for like what his kids are wearing are slim to none.
Yeah,
he's like, they're alive.
Yeah,
we're here.
fine.
Ta-da.
I'm breathing.
Yes, right. Everything's fine.
He's
Everything's
like,
fine.
they have all the pieces of clothing on.
Yeah.
The cops aren't going to stop me. It's
Yeah.
fine.
We're fine. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's,
wait.
That's where, I would be resentful.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're 50-50, but you're not doing 50-50.
Right.
You know?
And it's also with other smaller things that aren't even just the kids. Like I've been in multiple relationships like where
Really?
I wonder
Multiple.
if you're on your own, how are you making sure you have toilet paper to clean your butt? Right? Like
Yeah, that's
like
another thing.
I've been in so many
All
guys' houses that I've
errands.
dated where there's like no kitchen towel paper or they're missing toilet paper, and you're like, how do you not remember these things? But whenever they've lived with me, like
There's
you've always got toothpaste. That's
said
right.
that to Michael
You
the
have
other
all.
day.
You never have to even think about.
Imagine just waking up and toothpaste
And it's
deodorant there.
Amazing.
Yes,
Amazing.
that shampoo and conditioner.
It's such a luxury. They have no idea.
And they act like it's not a big deal, but it is.
I have to remember all those things.
Yes.
I have to order all those things. I have to
Yes.
keep track of all those things.
And not
Yes.
only for you and me, and the other 4 kids.
Right,
too,
right.
Yes.
Taking the kids to the doctor, the dogs to the doctor.
Yes.
Yes.
The dentist, because they're all they all have braces like I just mentioned, and then annuals every year, and someone's always fracturing something. And then sports. Let's talk about their extracurricular activities.
Right, signing them up for the sports, getting the thing. The dads usually just show up to the game
Yes, correct.
if they can.
If they can,
Sometimes
right.
they can.
Uh-huh.
Now, do we feel like this is generational? Because are the younger guys, there's way more from when we were younger, there's way more stay-at-home dads.
Well, there's way more active dads in general, I would say. Every they keep getting dads are more involved right before
Right.
they go to work and they come home.
Yeah.
Like,
our
no.
dads didn't even like us half the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Whereas our husbands like the kids more, show up, give them hugs, like physical affection in our generation was like.
Yeah, especially from men to
Yes.
especially to their boys.
Correct.
So my dad was a little different. He was very affectionate with me.
Was he affectionate with your brother? See, to the boys, it's more awkward.
yeah.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
You're probably right with that one. Mhm.
Right. So do we think it's generational? Do we think that the possibility for more actual 50-50 with money and labor is possible with this generation. I only ask because I feel like men's value socially has been so tied to money for so long. They have been fed that they have no feelings. They have no,
Oh yeah, they have
no,
to play with babies.
they have no wants, needs, or cares other than you need to have a bunch of money to attract people to you. And that ideology is changing somewhat, but it's still there. So do we think it's really possible for it to be fully 50-50 for, let's say, my daughter's generation?
I think it's possible with certain people. I think that some men have the ability, yeah, absolutely, to be that way, to be nurturing and to be present and to have the desire to be there. I think it's possible. But it depends on the person versus the generation. Yeah, I think that for the most part, I think men are just hardwired to be more so like the providers.
Yes, and I'm not mad about that either. Right?
Okay.
I do, however, wish I had a little less responsibility, like working full time and taking care of the kids in the house. It's a lot. However, the kids never stay. They're gonna grow up. It's gonna get less and less eventually. But I'd rather him provide. I don't really want to work 80 hours a week. Like that's not fun for me. Like I'd
Right.
rather go watch the kids or take them to like I take them out usually on Saturdays or Sundays. I go ice skating with them. Like I'd rather do that than have to do paperwork
Yeah,
any day.
I hear you. And a lot of times they choose it. We're not talking about the people who don't choose to have to work all that much, right? We're talking about a certain class of privileged groups here, right? Because there are dads who have to work 2 jobs, and I don't think that they're having so much fun. So we all have sons who are going to possibly play in this dynamic one day. If it is, these are the 2 scenarios. You got to pick the one, right? It is full 50-50, but he's the stay-at-home dad and his wife is paying all of the bills. Or
How is that 50-50 though?
because he's doing all of the house labor and she's paying for all the things, right?
Okay.
Or he's the one who's the full provider and the wife is a stay-at-home mom. Which one would you want for your son?
To me, the norm, I would rather my son be the provider because statistically, men are able to make more money than women. However, I feel like a lot of us women are making more than men, especially it's gone a lot. I think salaries have changed a lot, but I think we are making more money. But if she could stay home, because I feel naturally we're a lot more crazy, but we are a lot more emotional. Like we actually care. Like, they say like, kids need their moms, right? Like I think that's a definite more contributing factor to kids is having like a mother than a father in a way, right?
That sounds so sad.
I know, doesn't it? I know it takes 2 though. There's a need for a husband and a wife, right? Like they're to grow up with kids, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I just
there's plenty of studies that say that lacking love from anybody affects you, right? And then there's conversations around what not having a healthy male presence in your life does for you, and it's really more about the advantages of having a healthy male presence. And I will say that we could take that idea off the table. I feel like all of our sons will be a presence in their kids' lives. They will participate for sure. I'm not saying in the sense of like if either is the working person that they're non-existent in the family. I'm just saying, again, this is a different modern makeup of a family life.
I actually had this conversation with Aiden. I don't know what he asked, but I told him, or I shared with him that he should be able to make enough money to provide for his family and give his wife the choice of whether or not she wants to be stay at home or have a career and a family. But it is his responsibility, if he wants to have a family, that he should be in a place financially where he can provide and give his wife the choice. And he's 10. He's 10. He's like, no, he's like, that makes sense.
Okay.
Because he's also seen it with his dad. His dad has always been a provider. And he is, in a place financially where he would be able to give his partner that choice. So he's always seen that with his dad. So it wasn't like a shock to him. It was more like matter of fact, like, oh, that makes sense.
Right. My son is old enough to actually like kind of live some of this, right? He's going to be 22 in like 2 days.
Gosh.
I know. Hey, little baby. He's realized that girlfriends are expensive.
Yes. Yeah, the maintenance on us alone is so much money.
Yes. And so he does not want to be in a serious relationship because he needs to just
Focus
get
on
to the point where he can really afford a better life and all of those things.
Good.
Yeah. But for me, if he wanted to be a stay-at-home dad, I would be fine with it.
Yeah, I mean,
because I think he'd be such a good dad. He's such a sweetheart.
and men are able to like close all these windows, right? So I feel like they'd be more present in a way if they were the stay-at-home dad.
I mean, they'd have much more fun with them. I will say that. Like I take amazing care, but I'm way less fun. So
You're stressed out.
You're clean, you're taken care of, you've got all your stuff on. But am I gonna like roll around outside with you? I've never been good at that aspect of it. I'm better as they've gotten older because I'm the one who'll like sit around and talk to you. But the dads were all male figures were always more of the playful
That was
ones.
the worst thing about being a single mom is that like now I have to be the one in the pool playing with them. I can't just sit there and be
Exactly,
tanning.
right.
Like I have to go and entertain them in the pool, and I'd be like, so, like, man, this is rough. Like I just want to relax. Like why?
I don't want.
Yes, but again, I would look around, and you see all the men in the pool playing with the kids while the mom's relaxing, reading her book, right? But again, that's not to say that all the time scenario, but yeah, that was definitely something that I noticed.
It's the only time the mom gets to really relax.
Probably,
yes.
At
however,
home,
yeah,
she's cooking and cleaning
Right.
lunch.
and
Right.
that's just like, woo, come here,
And
throw them.
thinking all the freaking thoughts,
I
all the
know.
decisions.
Yes.
Like, what do I make for dinner? What do I pack for his lunch? What is he gonna wear?
Did he wear it? Did I wash his shoes? Like,
God.
Yeah.
Did I sign that form? Oh my! Right. That's what I was talking earlier about the men. Like their brains are just so
No.
like one tab. Like
And then the mom guilt that you feel if you
Oh,
accidentally
forever.
forget a school event and he shows up, you pick him up and he's like, I had my award ceremony and you weren't there. And it's like, oh my God. No.
I came late one time, and that's all that she's ever brought up. She sat there by herself. I was like, Lily, like if you're by yourself, why you're just like, don't make it this bad. Like go play with somebody else. Like, and then I finally showed up. Now she's crying. And I felt so bad. But I was like, come on.
You sent us that reel that was saying like there are times where I feel so guilty as a mom for not being perfect, but then I have to try to remember that if I were operating at this level as a dad, I'd be getting
stellar.
awards.
Yeah.
I'd be amazing.
Yeah.
And it's you're right. It's true because yes.
So I also think that of this next generation that the women are going to be much more comfortable being taken care of versus our generation. So
Even we were made to be independent.
So even if I had a situation where my
Why?
partner was contributing more, I wouldn't be able to be like a fully stay-at-home spouse because of control. Like money is still power. Even if I do equal amounts of work in labor as they contribute in dollars, because of the world that we live in,
The dollars
they
are-
have the power.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I'm just not comfortable.
Unless you're married for over 10 years, then it's a little different. However,
But even still,
Yeah.
the power of the purse is a real thing. And I've never been comfortable of giving anybody full control like that. But I was having this conversation with my daughter, and first of all, bless her heart. This is what she said. It was just so hilarious. I said, we were saying whether or not you would be comfortable being like taken care of by a man. And she's like, while I'm young, no, because I want to be able to go where I want, do what I want, and have my fun. But like when I'm old, when I'm like 40, yeah.
bitch. Did she just say 40?
She did, I swear to God. And I said, Alayla, do you really think that you're going to spend 40 years doing whatever you want and then be like,
That's the part.
Actually,
I'll be told what to do now.
Yeah.
It sounds like Alayla wants to be me.
Maybe.
Tell her to hit me up. I'll give her some pointers.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, that's what I've
So
done.
hilarious.
For the last 40 years, I've done whatever. Now I'm just like, whatever. But I will say that if I were to be a stay-at-home wife at this point, because I'm not having any more children, I need an allowance in writing.
See, you're not
In
giving up all your powers.
writing.
You're still not giving up all your power.
Yeah, but you want me to be home? I need
Right.
security.
So I
need an
understand
agreement.
that.
Aside from
I need a
the bill
contract.
money.
Well,
like the
I wanna be on your
you want to
payroll.
be on payroll, yes. So that is something they could do for you, and then give you, and then you can just pay the bills or whatever you want to do with it.
Oh, no. My allowance is mine. It's not the bill money.
Yeah. So I worked and had an allowance for a little while, but not anymore.
Oh, poor me.
Everything's just.
I'm wondering if part of it, when she was saying that, I'm wondering if part of that shift in this generation is because they have been so well taken care of by their parents compared to the generation before. Like, we've done so much more for them. She's used to being taken care of, whereas I was not used to being taken care of at her
It's
age.
uncomfortable.
And my idea was, I'm going to do this myself.
Yeah.
And so she's like, this is kind of like my mom. Except for it's a man that I can manipulate way better.
Yeah.
No, but it is a job though. If you have a man is a job.
She doesn't understand.
Oh, she will.
She's got when you're young, you've got all the power.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
And
you're
you're like,
so
shut up.
used to being like independent and providing for yourself, it's really uncomfortable to accept
So uncomfortable.
that from somebody.
That's not. Oh, I'm fine with it.
We were
I'll
talking
take-
about that where she
I'm-
was like,
I'm fine with it. You
do
can-
the things.
Yeah, you can give me an allowance. I can still work. I can do. I'm not uncomfortable.
Well, now I'm at that point where I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, let's do this. Especially.
But it comes from hyper independence. It's like even asking or even accepting. I don't even have to ask for help, but if you offer me help, I feel uncomfortable saying yes.
Yeah.
No, if we're in a relationship, I feel like I can get money from you. But asking my parents for money was so different. Like, I feel like our kids ask us for more money or expect
Yes.
us to
All
take
the
care of them
time.
for a lot
Freaking
longer.
Robux.
Then when
Yes.
I couldn't ask my mom for all this. My mom would be
No.
like, you need a job at 13,
Right.
like, go to work, and that's what I did. So they did make us independent.
Even
But
just
now
asking them to spend money. It'd be like, can we just kind of stop at McDonald's? They'd be like, you got McDonald's money?
Yeah.
Like you couldn't ask them for any of those things.
No, it's true. McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
Now it's flipped.
Kids are
I tell
asking,
Aiden, I'm like,
sushi.
puppy, do you want to go eat? He's like, no, we have food at home. I'm like,
I'm
okay,
hungry.
Dad.
I don't cook.
That's funny.
It's-
So I was going to say something to what you were saying, and then I just completely forgot what it
that
was.
kids have no shame. Like I never used to be able to
I
ask
also
my
feel
parents
like
for money.
you said if I'm in a relationship, I feel like that I have access to your money, and I feel like that's also a certain type of mentality. The other story that I had wanted to tell you guys, I was especially when I was young, I was really uncomfortable taking money or anything from guys, and I went on. I was dating this guy who paid for everything, and he was older than me. I was still a teenager. He was older than me. He had a very well-paying job, and so he had we were in another state, and he had lost his wallet, and I was like, I'll pay for the thing. And he was so uncomfortable with that. Like, he was like, we were out eating. He's like, you get something to eat, I'll be fine. And I was like,
way.
that's so extreme. But I related to this idea of like, I don't want you paying for anything. Whereas like your personality type, and even my daughters, again, it's a different generation. Like, you will actively do something like, yeah, I think my nails need to
I
get
remember
done.
being 14.
Hint, hint.
And
I need my nails.
Yeah.
I need my nails to get done.
My first boyfriend was
I
giving
was
money
never comfortable with stuff like
at
that.
14.
Never.
No, I don't know. And I have no shame asking.
Oh, Lily
Or-
gets her nails done like every week, girl. I don't even know.
I couldn't.
And she don't have no money.
No, I mean, like, we were in a relationship. If you're work, yeah, no way. It's our money.
But I love it. I love that for you. I love that for her. I feel like you should have somebody take care of you in a way that makes you feel good.
I want to step into that.
I think
dynamic.
I think we need to set up a course.
Yeah.
We need the
Yeah.
written down instructions.
And how to do it?
Yeah.
Just
I'm going
She-
to the
she
salon
said
and give
re-
me your money.
No.
Do you have $200? Okay, thank you. I still do it all the time to Michael. Like, I always know he has cash on him. I'm like, hey, do you have $100? I can tip the car wash guy in my yard. Hey, give me $100 all the time. That's just how you do it.
He's like, why does everything
if you-
cost $100?
Everything, literally. And if you ask for them, and they're not gonna.
I'm gonna go get a croissant. I need a
Right, no, right. No, I think men, I mean, especially, they want to give it to you. They're like, oh yeah, I got $100 here. I'm like, thank you, baby.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I love it. Okay.
Men want to give us
So-
money.
I know.
so the
I'm like so confused. This is not your life.
The final verdict is
Men pay.
we're not into 50-50. Men need to pay. And if a woman ever asks you for money, make sure you give them $100 at that time.
$100 increments.
Exactly.
200,
Only.
200.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that for us. All right, guys. Until the next
Good one. I like that.
Subscribe, like,
And subscribe.
Listen and watch.
Let us know in the comments if you liked our dress up episode.
Yes. And if we should do it again, which I already vote yes.
Yes. I love
But
the
throw
dressing
themes
up.
at us. Let us know what you guys
Yeah,
think.
that would be cute.
Mhm.
And topics. Let us know what you want us to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like
Tuesday.
this one was fun.
This was.
Yeah.
This is a.
I told you spicy.
Yes,
I feel like
I
it's
like
going to be
it.
spicy. We're going to get opinions. I love it. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.